DJI have been making amazing mobile phone gimbals for years now, but did Insta360 just rock up with this and take their dinner money? Hi, I'm Simon. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about photo, video and the gear you need to make it. Today we're talking about this thing. This is the Insta360 Flow mobile phone stabilizer. A phone stabilizer is a way to get really smooth footed. And this one in particular is really easy to use. It's small, light, it folds away tiny, and it works with a range of mobile phones. The main spec you need to know is it's got a 16-hour battery life. 16 hours. 16! 16. So as long as you charge this before you go out, you can shoot all day, no worries. We know phones are getting bigger and heavier these days. This can handle it. It's got a 300-gram payload. So no matter how max your iPhone is and how many lenses you stick to it, you're golden. So what do you get in the box? Obviously you get the gimbal itself. You get a clip to mount your phone into, and this goes pretty wide so you can get a big old phone in there. And in the box you get all the usual bits and bobs like a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, a little carry pouch. There's even a grip for it to make it a little less slippery, but it just seems to hoover up all the dirt in your pocket. Now there is a version of this which comes with a few more bits and bobs. It's called the Creator Kit. In that kit you get a few extra cables, and we'll talk about why you might need those later. You get a weird plastic see-through pouch to put it in, and it also includes a small spotlight which clips onto your phone to give a bit of fill light. Might be handy if you're vlogging from the forest where they shot the Blair Witch Project, but other than that I don't think it brings much to the table, and that's why I didn't spend the extra £45. So as soon as you get out of the box, job number one is to mount this to the back of your phone. Pretty stretchy. You fit most phones in here, and the way it's shaped means it won't press the buttons on the side of your phone. Once you've done that, it just clips on to the gimbal with magnets. Who doesn't love magnets? And they're plenty strong too. This is not coming off. One of my favourite things is how quick it is to turn this thing on. It's literally that. As soon as you twist it open, it powers on, balances the phone, and you're ready to shoot in literally seconds. It's amazing. And it even throws up a notification on screen which you can tap and get straight into the 360 app. It's a great way to go from pocket to filming in about 3 seconds. And then you need to pair the app with your phone. This is so simple. You launch the app, you tap the camera button and pair. That's all there is to it. It's that easy. And of course if you want to turn it off, you just fold it back up, take your phone away, done. And Insta360 put in lots of clever things like that. For a start, there's an extendable grip. So if you've got larger hands, you can pull this down, you've got more to hold on to. But there's more going on down here too. If you pull a little bit further, you've got a built-in tripod. I don't know any other gimbal that's got that built in. Normally you screw these in and it's something else to carry around with you. But if you do want to use it on a proper tripod, there is actually a standard tripod mount in there. And I hate to call it this, but there is a selfie stick built in. So let's just call it an extension, so you can get higher angles and you can shoot down low as well. And there's even a cool see-through bit on the back where you can see some of the circuitry. Nice touch, Insta. All right, let's talk controls. There's a lot going on here. So first of all, let's talk about the button. Now over on the left, you've got the start, stop, record button. And then over to the right, you've got this one that's 2 arrows. Now this is a multi-purpose one. So if you click it once, it goes from front to rear camera. If you click it twice, it'll move your phone from horizontal to vertical and back. And if you click it 3 times, it'll switch between photo and video mode. And then down in the bottom, you've got the power button, so you can turn it on and off without actually folding it if you want to. Now there's more to this than just buttons. That's why they call it the smart wheel. It's quite like the interface on an old iPod Classic where you'd move your thumb around. By moving your thumb in a circle on that wheel, you can change between the 4 modes. We'll come back and talk about those later though. Now on the outside of that smart wheel, there's another control. That's the zoom ring. You can turn it clockwise or anti-clockwise to gradually zoom in and out, and that will work its way between the different focal lengths of your phone. And that does mean it's doing a software zoom in there, so it's not going to be the best quality. So if you just want to flick between the lenses on your camera, you can do a quick twist, and that'll flick between, for instance, on the iPhone, 0.5, 2x and 3x. And one more thing you can do with this touch ring is scrub through video you've already recorded in the app. It's a nice touch, and it means you don't have to keep poking at your phone while it's on the gimbal. And then the final control is the joystick in the middle of the ring, which obviously moves your phone around. Okay, let's talk modes. First up is automatic. Now this will watch what you're doing with the gimbal and try and pick the best mode for you. But if you want to take a bit more manual control, you can go on to the next mode, which is F or follow. Now in this mode, the gimbal is going to follow both pan and tilt moves. So if you tilt the camera up and down, it'll look up and down, left and right, it'll look left and right. And the next mode along is pan follow. So this will only look left and right. There's no up or down here, it'll stay level. And the final mode is FPV, where the camera's free to move on all axes, pan, tilt and roll. And when you're in this mode, there's one more little extra you can do. If you use the zoom wheel, you can make the camera actually rotate. Now, it won't do a full 360 like other bigger gimbals can do. That's a pretty good go at it. Not the sort of thing you'd use every day, but you could get some creative shots with this one. And like with most other gimbals, there's a trigger on the front here. If you hold that down, the phone will lock and it won't move in any axis at all. It'll just stay where it is. If you click it twice, it will recenter. So if you've moved it around with a joystick, you click the trigger twice and it'll recenter again. And then if you click it 3 times, it'll flip the phone around completely. By going for the cheaper option of the kit, the only thing you really miss out on, in my opinion, is a cable which links the gimbal to the phone and allows it to act as a power bank so you can get some longer time lapses. Luckily though, you can get these really cheaply on Amazon. The physical gimbal is only half the story. All the magic really happens in the app. I think the standout feature is what Insta360 call Deep Track 3. This has to be some of the best tracking I've ever seen. Insta360 have got years of practice when it comes to image stabilization, tracking, all sorts of stuff because of their 360 camera. And they've applied that through the app to this gimbal. You can lock onto a subject by just tapping the trigger, or you can draw a box around it on the screen, quite like you would do with a DJI drone. And then once it's locked. Once it's locked on, the app can control the gimbal to keep your subject in shot. Even if an object or a person comes between you and your subject, the tracking will carry on and reacquire the target. And you can even use this tracking whilst recording in high frame rate slow-mo. I don't know any other gimbal that can do that, but if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. And another thing you can do is start and stop recording with just a hand gesture. You just hold your hand up, palm outstretched. The app will recognize this, it'll give you a countdown and it'll start recording. The same when you want to stop. Really handy if you want to film yourself from a bit further away and you can't reach the stop start button on the screen. There's really good stuff for beginners in the app as well, from instructions and tutorials all the way up to an AI video editing tool. It can take all your clips, edit them together into a finished package, ready to upload. So there we go, there's a quick run through of the new Insta360 Flow. I think it's the best gimbal out there. If you've got any questions about this that I've not answered in this video, drop a question down in the comments, I'll get back to you there. But for now, that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye.